Welcome to a new tutorial. Today we give our character color and a face. Now it's time for the texturing part. But at first we want to add some details and we want to give our character a cap. So with Ctrl R we can set a loop here and scale it a little bit, move it down, and then on back side we select the face, extrude and scale it down a little bit, and then the part of the top we move it down, and then we select the part again, the face, and now we can extrude it like that. Just a simple cap, nothing complicated. Then scale a little bit more, select the part on top, and just add it a little bit to make a nice cap. And then we can select these vertices here and give the shield a little bit more thickness. Let's have a look, and the weighting is good, and now we get a cool cap. And now we select the character in object mode, and then we go to the modifier tab, and the subdivision surface, the level we change into 1 and apply the modifier. And before we start texturing, we have to cut our character like a t-shirt. Let's go back to edit mode, and we change into the edge select mode, and now we mark the seams here around the cap and also the shield. And then the part from the neck and the head, and this part from the upper arm with the t-shirt, and around the arm here. Then at the lower arm we can use these edges here, and we make a loop with the hand, but it's much better to use this loop around the hand here. And then use this line here for the finger, for a small finger. And then we make a loop here around the fingertip, and we do the same thing with all the other fingers. And here on the finger root we make a loop, same thing with all the other fingers, and here always a connection to the top. The last loop here, and a connection to the top, and another loop around the fingertip here. And now let's go to the thumb, same thing here. Loop on the tip, and on the root another loop around. And then we make a seam here on the side from the upper body, and here we make the t-shirt. And then on the legs we make the seam here, and then on the bottom we make a loop around. Same thing at the other side. And when we have marked all these edges, we go to UV and click on Mark Seam. Here we need to add a seam, I forgot. Let's go to UV and Mark Seam. And we select everything, back to UV, editing, and then on UV and unwrap. And we see all the cut parts here on the other side. And it looks like I forgot something. On the right upper arm, the t-shirt here, the seam, and here go back to UV and mark seam, UV and unwrap. Now it looks good. And here we have to change something. Go to wireframe mode and select the part in the middle. Oh no, I see. This one we don't want on the side, only the middle. We have the back side also, and now it looks good. Then we select everything and we can shrink it down, the unwrapped parts of the character. And as a texture we can use a color palette. The link where you can find them you find in the description from the video. We can use this one here. Then we create a new material. And then we select all the body parts and move them to the right color. Here we start with the face. Let's go to wireframe mode. Select all the faces from the face and from the neck. And all the rest of the peel, like the arms here. Same thing we do at the other side. Here we can shrink them down. Place it here. And we use this color as the peel. And then we select all the cap. And we use this green color for the cap. Shrink it down a little bit. We can use this one. And now select the t-shirt. And for the t-shirt we use the red color. And then we give him some blue jeans. Select all the part of the legs. And we forgot the shoes, I see. Let's go back to wireframe mode and select them. And for the shoes we can use this white color here. Shrink it down and place it over here. Let's have a look. And we see something isn't correct. And that's why we have to select the new material and apply it in edit mode. And now we have the material and all the colors on our character. Only this part here, the shoes, I see. Let's go back to edit mode. Just select this face here on the shoe and move it at the white color. And then the render engine we can change into cycles. Let's go to the preview. And now we give our character a face. Let's go back to the edit mode. And then we open another texture, the face texture here. And now we select in front of his head all the faces where you want to include this face texture. Then we add a new material, name it face, and then we click on assign the material. And open the shader editor. Then we need a texture node, an image texture node, and we connect it here. And now we open our face texture. Let's go back to the UV editor. And now we select all the faces and we unwrap only these faces here. Back to the shader editor. We need another node here, an RGB mix we need, and then we need a color ramp node. RGB mix, place it exactly here, connected so, and in slot number 2, and the color ramp in 1, and the alpha output we connect here, and then in the color ramp node we can fill in the hex code from any color we want. And here we can play around with the color, but the way much better is to use the color picker. Let's go back to the UV editor, choose a color and pick the right color here. And now everything looks great. We get the face over our body color. Now we're done with texturing. If you found this video was helpful, then give it a like and subscribe to my channel. And see you in the next tutorial. Bye!